All right, we are recording. Happy Monday, Inspire Beauty. I am coming tonight. It is December 4th, and I have already kind of given you guys a Zoom where we talked about how to prep for 2018 and how to really start looking forward at what it is you want to accomplish. But I would be just off my rocker if I didn't take a moment to also acknowledge that we aren't finished yet. And tonight, my inspiration for all of this is coming from the concept of finishing the reps. Just like in a workout, when you hear the trainer start counting down 10, 9, 8, or 5 seconds left, 3, 2, 1. And when we hear that, oftentimes, I know I'm guilty of this, you can start to I'll just get to 20. Even though you could probably do 21 reps. Or I'll just, I'm good. I'll cut for water when they start saying 3 because we're close enough to the finish. And so I'm kind of using that as an analogy tonight to show you that, yes, we are getting really close to a brand new year and a chance for everyone to start working towards some new and really incredible goals. But I also want to remind you guys through tonight that the year is not up yet, and we have another month to make just incredible waves in our Inspire Beauty movement. So I'm going to share the screen. You guys go ahead and utilize that chat box. I love when you use that. You can use it to talk through anything together with each other, / you can use it to ask any questions that I can either get to at the end or that someone else can answer while I am speaking. So I'm hoping that tonight will be nice and quick, but you know me, I'm long-winded always. So we are talking through 3 ways, you guys, to finish the year strong. So again, what do you do when that trainer counts down? Really what it boils down to is what separates winning from losing. People who appear to have success versus those who simply just quit. What separates the two? It might seem like you and the person that you want to be, or you and the coach you want to become, or you and the top coach in the company, or you and somebody that you really admire and aspire to be like. You might feel like that gap is really large, but I promise you that it's actually not that different. What it comes down to is the 3, the 2, and the 1. It's that final stretch, you guys, that determines victory. It's the people who don't give up when the end is near. There's a statistic about the final 2 minutes of NFL games have more points scored than in the rest of the game in all of NFL. So the final 2 minutes are where the majority of your NFL teams, your football teams, score points. The majority of your Major League Baseball or your World Series teams or whatever, the major baseball teams, guys, they score in the bottom of the 9th, in that 9th inning. So it's when it comes down to that final stretch, right? Whatever that final stretch is, usually a lot of times the people who want it, the people who are really pushing for goals, they're the ones that are going to get to that final stretch and say, I'm going to go all the way to the very last moment. And I love that analogy in Court of Force. They say, till the final bell. And that's one of my favorite sayings is till that final bell, guys. You don't stop until the bell is rang. So you got to keep your eyes and your energy on the goal. Okay, removing distractions and understanding and asking yourself, what are your potential distractions? So if you feel compelled, I'd love to hear from you some potential distractions you think right now could keep you from hitting goals before the year is up. Okay, once we acknowledge what our potential distractions are, then we can start to see them when they come into our life. So if I already know, okay, a potential distraction for me is going to be like those 2 or 3 days before Christmas and those 2 or 3 days after Christmas where I don't really feel like working and I kind of want to unplug a little bit, those could be potential distractions. But when I start to get to that time of year and I start to see that distraction is starting to pull me away from my goals, I am aware of it, right? Because I've labeled it. So what are your potential distractions in your life that this month, as we're getting close to the end, could prohibit you from actually getting to your goals? And where can you do a little bit more? You know, I'm not a big advocate for killing yourself during the holidays and overworking yourself and just coming up short. That's not what I'm all about. I'm really not. But sometimes there are things in our life where we could just do a little bit more. Like rather than finish at 20 reps and at the 2, maybe we go all the way to the 1 and we do 21 reps. Because the thing is, it's in those difficult moments, that's where growth happens. That's where your progress happens. And ultimately, that's where you will come out victorious. That's where you'll have the success stories and the amazing transformation or the goals that you achieve, the victory, you guys. But every difficult moment, you're going to go through difficult moments, first of all. But all of those, if you know what's on the other side of them, it's like that no pain, no gain, right? And yeah, we hate the pain. We hate feeling uncomfortable. We hate those difficult moments. We hate the 3, 2, 1 of our workouts, right? That's the worst time of the workout. But that's where the growth happens. That's where your progress begins to show up. And that's where ultimately you get to put a side by side before and after and say, yeah, I did it because I went till the final bell. I went all the way to and through the countdown. So remember, as I talk tonight, guys, that you can do hard things. And however many reps you usually do, I'm going to ask you and I'm going to encourage you, can you do one more? And when I say reps, I want you to take that in whatever capacity speaks to you tonight. Maybe it's talking towards your fitness journey. And you're like, I have been a little lazy or a little lax or just a little coasty in my journey. And maybe I can just push myself a little harder than I have the last, couple weeks or maybe a couple months or who knows, maybe a whole year. I don't know. Or maybe reps speaks to you with like, how many conversations are you opening every day? Maybe you usually talk to 3 people a day. Can you do one more? Maybe the reps is, you usually just check into a challenge group and plug in your workout and your shake and you're in and out. But maybe rather than just coming in and sharing what you've done, maybe you can do a little more by supporting those who are in the group too and commenting on other people's posts and reading through every single thing and really connecting to the other women that are in those groups with you. So whatever reps means to you, you guys, and I could go on a tangent forever about that, but I want you to figure out what are your reps that are in your daily life, right? That are becoming a routine for you. And maybe, just maybe, could you do just a little more? Okay, so let's dive in. So the first thing, you guys, my 3 tips tonight, my 3 ways to finish this year strong. The first thing I'm going to ask of you is that you build your confidence. Build your confidence. And confidence is a lifelong journey. It is not a place that you arrive to, but we can build and grow and boost our confidence through different actions. So the first thing is I've said, give yourself the gift of a fresh start. There may be some of you listening to this tonight or catching the replay who have given up on a lot. Maybe you've given up on your fitness journey. Maybe you've given up on Inspired Beauty. Maybe you've given up on yourself. Maybe you've given up on the idea that, yes, you can build a successful business. Or maybe you've given up on the fact that, you know what, maybe I ran this challenge group and it didn't go so well, but maybe I can try again. Give yourself, you guys, the gift of a fresh start. I find this in the business way too often, that people will try the business. They will try a free group and then maybe a challenge group, and they'll try for, maybe 3 or 4 months. And then it doesn't feel like it's working because they're comparing themselves to maybe somebody who is years ahead of them in the business, or experience ahead of them in the business, or at a different place in their personal business. And they compare themselves and they say, well, I'm not obviously successful. This isn't working for me. So they stop. And they don't know how, and even if they want to get back in the business, right? Even if they want to start running groups again, or want to reach out and invite people, or want to get a tracker out and just start doing that daily business building behavior, sometimes we get in our own way because we say, well, I stopped for so long, I guess I'm just done. No. It doesn't matter if you took a break for 6 months. It doesn't matter if you took a break for 4 years. It doesn't matter how long you feel like you've been on the sideline. You can, in this final month of the year, give yourself the gift of a fresh start. You can start all over again. You can say, you know what, today is my day one. I want to come back. I want to build my confidence in this. I want to learn. I want to grow, and I want to take action. You can also build your confidence by reinventing your fitness journey, you guys. I find myself in this place all the time when I'm goal setting. I'm like, okay, well, got any other brain busters for me? Like, I've already done that workout. I've already done this one. I've already followed that plan. But reinventing my fitness journey looks like doing a 3-day refresh without any cheating. Reinventing my fitness journey for me looks like getting better about not going off of my weekly meal plan and actually holding myself accountable to that. So my fitness journey is more towards my nutrition, maybe in some of those aspects, but reinventing that and showing myself, you know what, Brittany, like try something you've never done before or something that you haven't done for a while. And show people that you can do it. I am always working to reinvent myself on social media, you guys. If I was the same coach I was 4 years ago, so help me God, like I wouldn't have a business right now. And none of you guys would even be listening to this. Like I probably wouldn't be sitting here. I have to constantly be reinventing what I'm doing as a coach. So when I say like, give yourself the gift of a fresh start, you know, that can also be reinventing your fitness journey. Maybe you've plateaued because you just haven't pushed yourself into a new area and you're getting bored with your same old routine. And then guys, document for other people to see. I'm not going to say post on social media 3 to 5 times a day or share, but you know what? This isn't the same, like this, the way I'm saying this tonight might be like, oh wow, like I never thought of it like this, but it's in the same bracket. You need to share your journey and you need to post on social media. It will build your confidence up. In the moment, it might seem scary to hit post or to send that message. But when you document for other people why this journey that you're on is important, there is power in that. Because people will watch you. They will watch you from behind the scenes. They will not say anything. They will not like it. They will not give you hearts and flowers and tell you, oh my gosh, you're so inspiring. I want to join your group. Trust me. There are some people that will say that, but not the masses. The masses will stay back and they will just watch you. They will watch you. And this is the coolest thing. When you start over, when you give yourself that gift of a fresh start, and then you say, you know what, today is the day I'm going to reinvent myself. I'm going to commit to a fitness journey, and I'm going to document for other people to see why this is so stinking important to me. Man, you will attract so many people who want to know what your secret is, who want to know how they can do what you're doing. And there's such power in that. So you've got to document it. So yeah, give yourself a gift of a fresh start. Say, I am enough. I'm good enough. I deserve to start over. I don't have to sit back here on the sidelines anymore. I can get back in and call this my day one. And then print off a calendar. Reinvent your fitness journey. Find a program you've never done before. Buy the bands and the sliders and get on the bandwagon of 80-day obsession. Say, I'm going to do this, but in the meantime, I'm going to prepare to be obsessed with the rest of Inspire Beauty. Or if you haven't done Shift Shop yet, that's an amazing one for confidence. Oh my gosh, it's an amazing one for confidence, you guys. But as you reinvent yourself, document why it's so important to you and why, even if on the worst of days, you're going to keep going. The best way to build your confidence, you guys, is to be like the ultimate fangirl of your tribe and your challenges. So when you are a part of Inspire Beauty, are you the ultimate fan of Inspire Beauty? Do you love that tribe? Do you have such conviction and belief in what we do and who we are and what our movement is about? Be a fan of them. What about of the challenge groups you're in? Are you like an ultimate fangirl of the groups you run or are a part of? Because as you become more and more a fan of what you are a part of, you are building belief and confidence in yourself that what you're doing is making a difference, not only in your life, but in the lives of other people, okay? And guys, we've got to get comfortable working really hard despite the outcome that might be right in front of us. I work every day, I sit down every day, and I don't know if people will tell me yes or if people will tell me no. I sit down to work every day, and I don't know what my paycheck is going to be at the end of the work week. I sit down every day to work or to, press play on my workout, and I don't know if my after pictures are going to look any different than my befores. But I still press play. I still send the invites. I still go to work every day, regardless of the outcome, okay? Because I know that my action is where it builds my confidence. The reason I can be so confident about this business and about Inspired Beauty and about what I do as a Beachbody coach, you guys, is because I work at it. I take action. I love this quote over here that I snagged earlier. It says, action is a great restorer and builder of confidence. Inaction is not only the result, but the cause of fear. Perhaps the action you take will be successful, and perhaps different action or adjustments will follow. But any action is better, you guys, than no action at all. Number 2, in these last 28 days of 2017, guys, I am asking you, I am encouraging you to squeeze out lots and lots of conversations. Squeeze out as many as you can. Just like you have to squeeze out that one extra rep, 3, 2, 1, and you have to just squeeze it out even though you don't want to, and even though it's difficult, and even though it's uncomfortable, you do it because you know there's a reward. You might not see it today. Remember back to last screen. You might not see it immediately, but we're not worrying about instant gratification here. That's not why we're here. It's delayed gratification in this business, delayed results, just like your fitness journey. So how many conversations are you willing to have? Think about it. And I'm not talking invites. I'm talking conversations. I'm saying picking up your phone, opening up your messenger, and sending 10 messages out, whether they're an invitation type of message, a follow-up to somebody who you haven't spoken to in a while, or maybe it is just a plain old, hey girl, how are you? You've been on my mind. If you send out 10 conversations a day starting right now, you will have had 250 plus new conversations before the year's over. You guys, that's freaking incredible. Like, think about it. If I told you right now, hey, can you go ahead and do 250 conversations before the year's over? You'd probably be like, Brittany, that's kind of a lot of conversations to have. But if I told you have 10 conversations a day before the year is over, it doesn't sound so bad. It's that compound effect. It will add up. And so how many conversations are you willing to have? When I asked that question, if you said to yourself 3, well, that's great. That's great. But can you have one more? Could you do 5? How many conversations are you willing to have? Because it will take a lot. It's like the old saying that, in order, there's not like I can't give you a statistic. I can't be like, for every 20 people you invite, 2 people will say yes. Like, I can't do that. I can't give you a flat out statistic. But what I can tell you is that I personally am willing, and I'm using a card analogy here, but I'm willing to flip over 52 cards in order to find 4 aces. I'm willing to do that. Today I had, I'm like really going for it right now for the end of the year. And I had 20 conversations that were invitation follow-up, related. People that I have invited in the past, people who I invited last month, people who were going to do this month and just kind of fell through the cracks, and then some fresh invites. Guys, 20 of them. I'm not worrying about what their answers are. I'm worrying that I'm getting the number of conversations, squeezing out the amount of conversations that I need to have right now so that I can finish this year off strong. Use and follow scripts. I've been sharing a lot of my personal scripts on Inspire Beauty. If you just go into the search bar on the left-hand side when you are on your computer on Facebook, you'll see a bar that's a search bar. If you just type in script, you'll find anything that I've posted or anyone else on our team that is script related. Guys, scripts don't mean that you're taking away the heart behind what you're doing. It just means that you're working more efficiently, okay? A lot of times when I don't follow a script, I go off on tangents. I'm not organized. I'm wasting the time of the person who I'm speaking to, and I'm also wasting my time because I end up never asking. I never get to the invite because I'm not following a script. So it's important for me and my time to guard that. I mean, it's the holidays. Remember, again, I'm not asking you to overwork yourself. So in order to work smarter and to have time for your family and for your friends and just for fellowship this time of year, guys, scripts, you've got to follow them. I put one to the right that I really love. It just says, hey, I don't know if you know what I do, but I have a huge heart for others to change their lives through self-care. Sorry, I typo there. I'm putting my final group together of 2017. Do you know anyone who would want to get a jump start on their health before the year is over? I mean, really easy right there. And it's like ripping a Band-Aid for me. Does that mean that because I send a script that I don't care about that person and I'm just trying to get a sale out of them? Absolutely not. Because a month from now, if they tell me no, I still might follow up and see how their Christmas was or how their New Year's is or where they went on vacation because I saw some really cool pics on Facebook. Like that doesn't, to me, it's not like you're either in or you're out and I either talk to you or I don't. No, it's not like that, right? But following scripts is so huge. And these are people that maybe have already been liking and commenting on your stuff, or maybe you've already formed a little bit of a relationship with them in Facebook Messenger. So these aren't just like cold, straight up, like I'm just going to send this out to everybody on my friends list script. But it does take away the fear factor when it comes to what do I say to this person? How do I talk to them? Just follow a script. And guys, don't prejudge anyone. When you work from a list, which is the next bullet point, when you're working from a list, you can't prejudge whether somebody is going to say yes or no, because you have to think of a person in three ways. You have to think of them as a yes, I would love to do it right now, I'm all in. Think of them as a no, not right now, it's just not the right time. Or think of them as a referral, that they could refer you to somebody else. One of the reasons why I love the script here to the right that asks if they know anyone is because you're not asking if they want to do it. You're asking if they know anybody. And more times than not, they're going to come back with, well, actually, I kind of would love to work on my self-care before the year is over, right? And so it's kind of getting into their heads that, you're not trying to like take from them. You just want to help anybody. And if they have somebody that they could pass along to you, but in the middle of that, maybe they've been convinced by you in that moment that, you know what, rather than telling you I don't have anybody, maybe I should do this group too. So I'm really enjoying kind of flipping the script on that a little bit. And guys, following up from the whole freaking year, like I am going back through my archives. That's why I have so many conversations right now towards invites, because I'm going back through my archives. I'm going back through all the people who said not right now or never answered me or anything, right? And just letting them know, giving them this script or a script very similar to this, like, hey, you've been on my heart lately. How have you been? I'm not sure if you know, but I've got one last group happening this year, and it's just my heart to fill it with women who are ready to focus on their self-care before the new year rolls in. If there's anybody you know that would love a jumpstart on this, guys, please just send them my way. The other thing that really helps too, guys, is taking a script like that and using the voice messenger option on Facebook Messenger. So when you go into your Facebook Messenger and you click on you're going to click to type, it is it's right off to the left for me, but you might actually have to hit the plus button to get more added. Mine's right off to the left. There's a microphone. If you hit the plus button, though, it gives you lots of options. So you might have to pull that up as an option. But you just hold it down. It'll let you talk for a minute at a time. And you hold it down while you talk. And I'll say the same thing. Like, hey, oh my gosh, it's been so long I haven't spoken to you. That way they can hear my heart. They can hear that, it's not just another copy and send sort of thing. So I'm working from a script. I'm working from a list. I'm not prejudging anybody. I'm thinking of them in those three ways. Either a yes, I'm all in. No, it's just not right timing right now. Or, you know what? I know somebody that definitely could use this as a referral. Okay. And then I'm using that voice messenger so that I can really connect. Is it scary at first? Yeah, but it's all good. Everybody that I send voice messages to typically responds because they've heard my heart. And the last thing I want to share with you guys is you got 28 days left, 4 weeks. So you can have a complete mindset shift in the next 28 days. And one of the biggest places to go is your personal development. And one of the reasons why this is so crucial to the success or lack thereof as we wind down 2017 is that any time in life, any time, you guys, that we do something bigger than ourselves, you have to know that big resistance will come. It will follow anytime. There is nothing in this world that you will do that is above you and bigger than you that will not come with obstacles or challenges or roadblocks or things that you have to, like plot twist and go a different direction. It will always happen that way. That's why I always tell women in our groups that it's not about losing the weight on your outside. It's about losing the weight in your mind. You're carrying all this weight. When women in our challenge group start to make that mindset shift, you see it. You can see it. But it doesn't happen without working on their mindset. Just like you work on your fitness, you have to work on your mindset. You are the one that you're with your entire life. And if the person inside of your head is telling you things that are bringing you down and dragging you down and telling you that you can't, or that you're not enough, or you're not good enough, or you're this or you're that, and giving you labels that are not serving you, you've got to fight back. So don't get frustrated. We all deal with a mindset that sometimes can feel like it's attacking us, but that's why we fight back with personal development. In the mornings, guys, the first thing I do is I do my prayer, my devotional, my spiritual time. I spend time in God's word, and that's what I do for me, because I deal with a lot of resistance, a lot of adversity. I deal with a lot of no's every day. I deal with people quitting. I deal with people, just ghosting me and not talking to me anymore. And I deal with that every day. And I'm sure that you deal with that too. It's normal. But the only way for me to be able to make it out on top at the end of the day and feel like, and not carry that weight, because I am the type of person that I can carry all that with me. Rather than carrying it, I guard myself. I guard my heart. I guard my mind. I guard Brittany before the day starts. So I start with that spiritual time. And then I dive into personal development. I listen to podcasts in the morning. I love Quote of the Day show. And I'll read my book in the morning. A lot of times my personal development is kind of my yoga, and my workout can also be incorporated into that, because during that time is a time for me to release stress. So I attack my mind. I go after my mind and plug in what I want to be plugged into my mind before my mind comes back and tells me what it wants to tell me. So first thing in the day, guys, we talked about Miracle Morning a couple months back, guys. If you've gotten off track with your own personal Miracle Morning, I encourage you, 28 days, 4 weeks, get back into having a morning where you set the tone for your day. You, my friends, have to create your own motivation and momentum. And as much as I wish I could motivate you and grow your businesses for you and go on the health and fitness journey for you, I can only offer the tools, the vessel, the vehicle to do so. I can't create your success for you. I can't guarantee that you're going to have the best month of your life. I can't do that for you, but you can create your own motivation and your own momentum by diving into personal development and getting plugged in to a mindset shift for the next 4 weeks. The other thing too is be willing to try new things. Again, in this business, back to that whole reinventing yourself idea. I mean, in this business, there's been so many times where something's like a really big fad right now and it really works for a while, and then it doesn't work anymore. And rather than just beating a dead horse and, driving my head into a wall, I have to be willing to try new things. So if the things you're doing aren't working, it's not that the business is broken, my friends. It's that maybe what you're doing isn't working. So maybe you have to change your approach. Maybe you have to shift your mindset. Maybe you have to reach out to your coach mentor or dive back into a mentorship and training. But you got to be willing to try new things, okay? And there's so many resources out there, endless amounts of resources if you're struggling. So my gut check question for you on this is, when is the last time you read or listened to PD? If the answer isn't today or yesterday, we've got an issue. Because it should be personal development, you guys, is the single reason why I believe I am on this planet today and have not departed earlier than I was intended to. Personal development is what has changed the game for me. It is what has saved my life. I didn't enter this business, morbidly obese and had to have this big weight loss transformation. I entered this business needing to shift my mindset, and this business has saved me. What aha moments have you had lately? Maybe you have been in your personal development, right? But so what aha moments have you had? Have you documented it? Have you shared it? Have you shared it on the team page or shared it on your social media platforms? And how has that changed the way you think throughout the day? Because a lot of times I find myself, like I'm reading The Goddess Revolution. I just finished it. And I have been finding myself lately really asking myself about my food choices and really stopping and saying, is that something I really want right now? What do I really want right now? And really having that conversation. And so those are aha moments that I've had through my personal development that are shifting my mindset about the way I view food. And it's changing the way I think throughout the entire day. Where do you feel like you're struggling? If there's somewhere right now where you're like, oh, Brittany, I'm just struggling so hard in this area and I don't know what to do. I guarantee that there are resources out there to help you in that area. You just have to do a little research, a little searching for yourself. Ooh. There we go. Okay, so this is the end of my slides, you guys. Let me unshare really quick. Unshare, stop share. So those three things, you guys, working towards our confidence and taking action, really getting connected to conversations and removing the fear from, who we think wants to have a conversation with us versus who we don't. And then really diving into our mindset. Those are going to be the things that as we push to the end of the year, I firmly believe if you're doing all your vitals, because obviously infused in all that were the vitals, right? Like that was all infused. So you're doing your vitals and you're really keeping that at the core. But revisit what you wanted to accomplish this year and really check to see, is that something that you're going to be able to do? And how do you need to go about doing that? So I am going to unmute you guys, or you can unmute you guys. If you have questions, I'm going to read Mary's thing really quick. Mm-hmm. And that's, he's on it. Hey, Leia. I love it. I love it. Frankie. Yeah. So, and that's so true. Like, Mary, I was at a place where that was always like in drum corps, I would go do my workouts, like around a corner. And it's like, at first it was really uncomfortable because I'm working out in a different environment, or what if so-and-so sees me, or what if I'm out of breath and they're making fun of me? And then you just get to a point where you're like, I don't really care. Right? Like this, you gotta you weigh the options. Like, would not working out and making those people feel better about their crummy lives, like I'm being like super dramatic with that, but would that serve me, or would getting my workout in, despite how uncomfortable it might make me feel for a hot second and maybe the cackles, which one? And I weigh the options. And it's always like, and it might be a selfish part of me, but it's always that part that's like, no, you deserve this, Brittany. You deserve to get your workout in because of what it will do for you, right? Regardless of what anybody's thinking about you. Any questions about tonight, or anybody want to talk about like what they're wanting to do before the year is over? Got a couple extra minutes left.
Hi there. I'm late to the party.
It's all good. Better late than never.
Yep. Something I want to do is to just not give up on conversations. Yeah. It's real simple, but.
And it is simple, but it's the simple things that we can often get off track with. And I would encourage you to go revisit your original list you made, update it. Did you guys see the 80-day obsession track, list tracker that I put in Inspire Beauty? That came from corporate today after the National Wake Up Call. And I love that one. I love that one because like you can really monitor like where they are in the process. And not everybody is going to be fit for 80-day obsession, but you can use that same list idea for another group in January or whatever, right? I think too, Rebecca, you know, a lot of times we want to reach out and develop conversations and develop relationships with people, but I think sometimes you just got to ask. You know, you get to a point where it's like you want to help people so bad, but you can't help anybody if you never ask them, right?
Yeah. And I know several people who have said that they really need to get back into their self-care and to get a routine of exercise going. So,
yeah,
you know, that if they have kids and they just can't handle it right now, like I spoke with one friend of mine who just bought a house and she has 2 kids and things are crazy, but she really wants to get into an exercise program. And I just told her, well, I know right now is not good, but we have always got something going on. So,
yeah,
you know, just keep that in the back of your mind. And when you're ready, I'm here.
yeah.
You know.
And the more I get pushback in like the same manner, you know, if people are like, this isn't the right time, this isn't the right time, I turn that into posts left and right. So taking your social media and any of the pushbacks you get or the excuses, quote unquote, or just objections you hear, continue to make those posts and continue to talk through how you understand that because of X, Y, and Z in your life, but this is how you're making it happen. This is how other people can make it happen too, right? Because sometimes people just don't even see that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything else, ladies, before we skedaddle? I got to go to a tree lighting ceremony. That's why I'm all bundled up. It's going to be cold. All right. I'm making y'all take a pic. Okay. Everybody fix your face. Your face. I love that everyone's on the screen tonight. This is making me so happy. All right. 3, 2, 1. Yay. All right. Love you guys. Thank you for being here tonight. I will get the recording up and we'll talk on the team page.